Hey, 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 good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Erin Strayer, and we're waiting for Jen Weatherly to hop in here. It's going to be a great show today. We are talking about grabbing a cup of coffee, talking about balance, commitments to yourself, to your family, what's important, what's not. We got lots of things going on today, and Jen's internet's down. She's trying to hop in through the app, and we're trying to make that all roll this morning. We got lots of I don't know what's going on. Retrogrades out of retrograde. That's what's happening today. So, anyways, hey Jess, how are you this morning? It's good to see you watching from the bug room with us, and we got lots of really cool things that we're going to talk about this morning, and what the people are doing that are in our group, and we're really excited. So if you guys are watching from any other platform other than the illustrious ones, there's a link right above you. We're cross-posted in multiple different areas today. There's a link right above you in the comments. Go ahead and click that. Come on over here to the illustrious ones page. Benefits to that, we can see you. We know you're watching. We can see your comments, and we can say hi to you. So go ahead and come on over here, and we'll see you when you get here. Just click on that. Hey, Heidi. We kind of threw Heidi a little loop this morning. Yeah, Heidi's watching from the sidebars there. We kind of gave her a little, hey, do you want to come on the show with us this morning? She's like, yeah, if you would have given me a heads up, I might have been ready for that. So we're going to talk about Heidi. Heidi Mooney is the creator of an amazing Facebook group called Women Rocking the Web. And I'm really excited to talk about what she does and who she is, and the environment that she's created, which is phenomenal. I love that her group that she's created, and she's got a really, really cool program that we're going to talk about this morning. And I'm going to see if Jen's on here yet. I don't see Jen. She's trying to join from her phone. Her internet is down. And so, yeah, we're dealing with some technical things this morning, like all kinds of people do every day of the week. We get to deal with them too. So kind of going to hop in here and talk about, yeah, Heidi, we're going to talk about you. So just hang with us, because me and Jen are going to talk, because we read your stuff, and we're really excited about your program that you got going tomorrow. So we're going to talk about that. So the Monday morning show, this is this is show number 10. So we're still pretty brand new, but we're really excited about this show and how it has evolved and grown, and what it's all about, and the fact that we love highlighting and illuminating our illustrious ones membership people. So usually we Jen and I start this show. Oh, there she is. You ready to come on board, girl? She's getting her little 3-second warning there. She'll be popping up. She was grabbing snacks down in the green room. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. How are you today?
Hey, thanks for hopping on. Lots of workarounds.
I always unplug my internet at night because, who wants all the electromagnetic waves, cooking in them? And I go to plug it in and it won't start. And I'm like, okay, here we go. Sorry.
And I came back from an unplugged weekend and turned mine on this morning, and it was like, you have no hard drive. And I was like, what? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's how it's today.
Yeah, coming out of retrograde, we should be all set. We just got to kind of come in. We have to come in for a smooth landing instead of a, here we are. Yeah. So I threw out an invite to Heidi to jump on, because she was dropping stuff in her group, and I saw her that she was on, and she's like, man, if you would have given me a heads up, Erin, I would have been ready for that. So she's hanging out, but she wants to know all about the directory and what we're doing. So this is a good show for you to watch it for the first time, Heidi. So we're glad you're here.
Yeah.
So Jen, did you know this is our 10th show?
I just found out this morning our 10th show, and I was like, wow, really? We've done 10 shows already. That's wonderful, though. And we've met a lot of different entrepreneurs that we've been, having inside of our directory, and just so much knowledge has been shared, and I'm loving it.
Isn't that cool? It's
It is.
super cool. Like I couldn't believe it. You know, I like to number the shows, and I, you know me, I'm all about the metrics and the analytics, and you're more the creative girl in this team of us. And which is really kind of fun that it's super balanced between you and I, and that balance is there. And yeah, I couldn't believe it when I was doing you know, the links for the show, and I'm like, it's number 10. It's crazy. It's crazy. Am I losing you?
A little bit. It's just got all fuzzy there, a little janky, but it's back, I'm pretty sure.
Janky.
Somebody
Janky.
said that to me one time, and I was just like, oh my goodness, that's so Scooby Doo.
It is so Scooby Doo. Yeah. So while Heidi's on hanging out here, waiting for some information. So the directory. Let's talk about the directory while we got her on here because she wants to know. She wants to know all about it. Um, so the directory, Jen. Let's just like take it back to square one, Jen. You want to take it?
Sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I've always seen like that this is something I was supposed to be part of. Even when I was 20, kicking around the streets of Vancouver. And I saw these entrepreneurs and all this like business happening. And I wondered, and this is like before websites became like, oh, it was just really bad back then. It was back in 1998 or something like that. And, that's 20 years ago. And websites were awful and they didn't look good, and they barely served a function. But I could see it then that there was this need definitely for all these entrepreneurs to be able to connect, and especially the ones that were, it had to be able to be categorized. You had to be able to know who you were connecting with. And then, everything just went wild after that. And it was really interesting to watch it all unfold. And then I met with Erin last year, or sorry, what? It was only in December of
Yeah.
2017. And she told me about a vision that she had had many years back about having, being able to connect with different entrepreneurs and build like a really kind of interesting network of skills and information that people could use on a regular basis. And so I talked to her about the directory and how I felt that that was part of it. And that was it right there. We were like, yes, let's do this.
Yeah.
So
And then
that's where.
and then poof, like all the work started pouring into it and the creation of it. And so we have a an illustrious ones Facebook group, which Heidi, you're in that. Thank you. Jessica's watching us this morning too from her bug room, so that's awesome. um, and the group is phenomenal, and anybody's welcome. Just like in your group, Heidi, anybody is welcome to come into our group. But driven off of the group is the directory, and this platform is a benefit for the people that are in the directory, and it's just another one of the benefits. What's another word for benefit? Bennies, extra little change in your pocket. I don't know. But the directory is, I kind of coined it yellow pages on crack when we started talking about it, because it's such an elevated and elite directory of high level business people who are out in the world doing things, amazing things, and they want to be found. They want traffic driven to them, and they want to actually be involved. They want collaborations. They want the connections. They want the energy of the collective. And so we developed the directory specifically for them. And this is just another one of those little tidbits that they get to be on the Monday morning show, which evolved out of hey, let's do that.
Yeah, well, it's such a wonderful way to really get these people that are listed inside of our directory in front of other people and really expand on what they're most amazing at. And usually we ask for what they're promoting that at that time and space. So, I mean, even if they came back on in 6 months, they'll be promoting something completely different. Maybe, maybe not. But, it's always nice to have a conversation with somebody, so the humanness of what we're doing, people can actually relate to that. And that is the most important thing to me,
I
is that we get to connect.
I agree. Good morning, Cheryl. Cheryl Bassett just came on board with us. Good morning, Cheryl. She's part of our directory too. We love that she's on here. She's all about connecting families and getting back to the core of why we exist. And we love Cheryl. So, and everything Cheryl does. Hey, Cheryl, are you up and ready? You want to hop on board with us this morning? Come in the chat with us. But while Heidi's here, if you want to talk about what Heidi's got going on, even though she wants to be in the directory and she's not really here there yet. Do you want to talk about? She's part of our group though.
Yeah, she is. She just joined, and we love our new members. We love every single member, but especially when they're dropping gold bombs like this. How to maximize Google and Google Plus to grow your business. Now, I ran across this and I was like, wow, okay. So I read all about it, and the program is really laid out very, very well. And especially if you're not using Google properly, you'd want to get in. And I believe it's starting on Wednesday?
It's either Wednesday or tomorrow, whatever. It's tomorrow, the 21st. Yeah. Yeah. So Heidi, if you're here, will you drop the link to that in the comments here so people can optimize? I'm pretty sure it's all about, is this about Google Plus, growing your business, SEO with Google, right? If I'm picking it up. Correct.
Yeah, you would want to be able to know how to list, your titles and your descriptions properly, and all inside of that is your keywords, but also filling them out correctly. And there's so much to know about it. So it's really wonderful that this popped up, just last week, and that we get to even this week. So that's wonderful.
Yeah, Heidi says it's tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So that's a live training with Heidi on Google Plus, and growing your business with the right AdWords, the right keywords, the right help me out here, Jen, because that's your wheelhouse, not mine, as far as how that rolls.
Okay, there she is, actually, Heidi. You know what? I read about it last week, and I can't really. I'm moving, so my brain is not remembering everything. But if Heidi, she wants to drop a couple more words on what
she said it's about both and how they integrate together to help us get found in the search engines. Awesome. Yes. Yeah. And then she dropped the link in here. So how to maximize your Google and Google Plus. So spectacular. Spectacular. Yeah. So the link to that program is here in the feed. It's also in the Illustrious Ones Facebook group. Heidi put a post in there earlier, like towards the end of last week, I think. I don't remember, Heidi, but I know I saw it and I was like, oh, that's cool. That's really cool. I like that. And I was like really excited about it. And I'm like, because that's all stuff that I know gets to happen. And being as analytical as I am, that's just nowhere on my radar. And you, Miss Creative.
I know. I know it's so different. Hey, what we'll focus on, like the numbers are very important to you, but making sure that a search engine can actually find another, something I've made, and really it comes down to what did I make, and can they find it? So it's more of a treasure hunt for me when it comes to Google and Facebook and anything SEO. I'll look at the analytics, and really it doesn't, it's sort of like, it matters to me, but not as much as just, really making sure that something can be found. And we make really beautiful things and videos, and we're saying things that are so important, but we really do want people to actually find out about, these things that we're making. So.
Right. Because why should we put all the work and all the effort into it if then we can't be found?
Right.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So who do you want to talk about next? We got a lot of people in the group doing a lot of really cool things. You want to talk about this?
I do.
Mindy Colin. She doesn't know we're talking about her either.
No, she doesn't. Erin and I talked about this the other day, that it's like, let's just highlight some of our, our members that are posting. And So, and this was a really cool product that Mindy put out. And Mindy's claim to fame, I'm just going to give a bit of a backstory.
Yeah.
Over in Badassery with Samantha Parker and Kathy Rasmussen, she got them an interview with Gary Vee.
Right.
And like, whoa. And that was something that Samantha Parker, she talks about Gary Vee all the time. So that totally aligned for her. And Mindy got it. She nailed it. So now this is a free product that Mindy normally charges for. And she is offering it for free right now. So I would go and grab that. And I did.
I grabbed it too.
I haven't looked at it yet, but unfortunately with freebies, it always takes me longer to look at them for some reason, even though it's probably high quality and I should read it right away.
Yeah.
But that's the life of an entrepreneur, isn't it?
I know.
I can't wait to flip through this because she's going to be talking about PR, how to position yourself, how to the best kind of places for you to be looking at, to reach out to make connections with, all of the good things that get you in front of people.
Yeah. And I know that Cheryl Bassett's on here right now, and I'm pretty sure Cheryl's working with Mindy with her PR stuff for her conversations, her table conversations with her people. And I was just pulling up Mindy's thing. She's known as the fairy godmother of PR because she asks them for a wish list, a PR wish list.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's so cool. Well, I'm really happy for you, Cheryl, too, because that makes you feel like you're really, I love it when somebody hires out to do something that, isn't really 100% their thing, right? So if maybe you're doing a PR, expect to see unstoppable conversations everywhere.
Yeah. And I'm really excited to and love watching Cheryl like just explode and just stepping out and doing amazing things, and they're scary things, right? Like it's scary to do PR. Holy cow. Whoa. Right? Like all the things that go on in your head when you step into that and you're like, oh, is anybody going to like it? Is anybody going to read it? Am I wasting my money? Am I da-da-da? Right? Like that whole mindset. And you go, the heck with that. I'm doing it. And I know it's the next step. And I know this is the person that I want to work with because I've been watching her. And she said, yeah, she's working with Mindy and she's great. Yeah.
Yay, for hiring out.
And she's owning it. Yes, you are, Cheryl. And I love it.
That's
Yeah, Cheryl's amazing. So one thing that I want to totally acknowledge is I didn't set up the bot for today because I ran out of time. So let's talk about IllyBot for just a second.
Oh, yes.
So if you guys want reminders to the shows, so when we go live, just type live in the comments, and IllyBot, who is our fabulous, cute as stink little adorable bot assistant, will send you a little reminder just before we're on air, usually if I tell her to do her job.
Except for today.
Except for today.
Oh, love it. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's okay because, we were having tech issues and a little tailwind obviously coming off of a retrograde, and that's all right. We can handle it.
Yeah, I know. It's going to push us through the rest of the day today. I'm hopeful. I'm going to ride that tailwind today. But you're coming off of, you did a huge 10-week delivery of Summer of Love with IllyBot.
Yes, and today's going to be my final video, and they're really short videos. I mean, we're not talking anything spectacular here, but I had to take a hiatus while I was camping because I had zero Wi-Fi. I was like, oh, I'll make killer videos out there, and no, that's not what happened. I could barely keep the charge on my phone. So, yeah. anyways, the so it's minus, a couple videos, but the last one, it's just really interesting how the whole summer evolved. And like, you never know when you go into summer how it's going to actually lay out. I invited in a bunch of different collaborators, and they were bringing me their best, advice about like how to really connect and be really open to. I just see summer as a bit of a medicine, right? It's just the warmth and a bit of freedom mixed in. The kids are off school, and there's a lot going on. I love to go camping, so I'm always immersed in nature, and nature in summer is so different. And so I brought in a bunch of different people, and they're just kind of bringing me their best stuff, and it really kind of it shook out really cool. And so this last one, I'm going to launch it today. And then next week, I'll do all of the videos, post it out into our Facebook group and onto the business page. So everybody can get a taste of it as we close out summer. And, it's just it was just a fun thing to do. And also a really great way for me to, number one, test my new video skills.
Yeah.
Use the bot in a different way to do storytelling. And it was just interesting to see how people interacted with the bot. And I did have to scale it back because I planned on doing something quite involved, and it just didn't feel right when I was doing it. So I just scaled it back, and that's okay too, right? So, and then it just became 1 day a week. So that's where we're at, and it's been so interesting.
It's really I love how the Summer of Love, one, how it evolved, two, how it was delivered, three, it's like super interactive, and it's kind of edgy. It's like really edgy, and it's using like cutting edge technology with using the bot. Yeah. Do we want to talk about bots?
Yeah, the bot is so cool. And, when people bring new ideas to us, like we just sat into a meeting with one of our favorite illustrious, Angela, and she was bringing up ideas. And I was like, oh, okay. And some of the ideas, I was just like, wow, that could just definitely get delivered by bot. And because email to me is just now, it's just out the door. I like getting it, I guess. Not really. I can't even say I do. No, not at all. And I heard last year, and it was the guy in Facebook. Who's the head guy? I don't remember his name. Mr.
Zuckerberg. Mr. Zuckerberg. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Zuckerberg. Email's going to be obsolete by next year. And I was like, what is he talking about? That's crazy. But sure enough, we all got so many we've had so many emails put into our box. Yes, we've signed up for a lot of them, but then people take advantage of that, and they just send you everything now. And now the new GDPR requirements say, hey, no, you can't do that unless they explicitly say they want to receive your newsletter. So a lot of people are having to alter how they do their business. Yeah, and so it's just it's interesting to see how this is all evolving, and that email has become kind of exclusive. If I give you my email, you have to email me what I'm asking you to email me, and nothing more. And so it's just interesting to see how the businesscape is changing because of that, but also that we have the messenger bot to do other things now and get right into people's phones, which I don't have my email synced to my phone because I don't like it. And that way I can just, I can be out and just, quickly take care of a few things, or look at the information and say, hey, I do want to watch that, and go and watch something delivered right to your phone. And I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. Heidi's in here. She gets a much higher conversion from email than most other forms of marketing. Of course, text message is hot, but I find it intrusive. So it depends on the age of your market. I agree 100% with you on that, Heidi. I don't get a huge conversion rate from my email. I get a bigger conversion rate from my bot, probably because it's a two-way conversation from and with my bot than email. I love bots and want to learn more about how to use them. Yeah, it's really an interesting spin. And quite honestly, I jumped on the bot bandwagon over a year ago when they first came on the scene. They were really still fresh out there, and I got super overwhelmed. I went through a 4-month course on how to build it, how to do it, how to work through it. And then I felt like I was always missing a piece. I felt like I was always just missing something. And so I kept my subscription, but I didn't use it. And then RJ Redden came into my field of vision. And she has not only a way of teaching tech, which is really it's refreshing. It's I'm super smart, but I'm a see one, do one, teach one. So take me back to square one, walk me through it, and then I can do it, and then I can teach it. That's kind of how I function, and that's how I train my people, is to do it that way as well. Take me back to square one. Wait, I'm missing something. There's something wrong here. What's missing? Fill the hole, go forward. And RJ has an incredible spin on tweaking and making the bot not robotic. Like, she just really is amazing at making it a human interaction versus, but it's automatically delivered. So like email is auto delivered also, right? Like it's one of those automatic things, but your bot is an extension of you. It's like a mini E. It's like a mini Erin. And it has personality, and it has that ability to still have a humanness to it. And bringing her on board with me and my business, with me and Erin Strayer's show, has completely changed. And then we brought her on board with the Illustrious Ones, and it's just really been a fun
Yes.
a fun way to talk about and do business and deliver information and interact with our people. And it's really they're hot, interested, involved, engaged people with the bot, I feel.
Yeah, that's true. And but you know what, Heidi, you pointed something out, is that you are having a good conversion rate. And I still like getting emails from certain people. The people love.
Yeah.
I want those emails. Like, even just if you're just like, it's just like even Seth Godin stuff. Like, I love getting Seth Godin stuff. I love getting Tanya Daka's emails because they know, right? And they're so simple. But I'm like, if she doesn't email me, so I don't know, the mentality might be a little off for me, but there's certain people I really do want to hear from.
Yeah.
And the rest of the stuff that I feel like I'm getting spammed at, I get mad at them. So
right. And how easy is it just to say unsubscribe to your email?
Yeah. And I also feel a little bit bad about it, because sometimes I've gotten a freebie from them, and really I've just opted in to get the freebie, and then I'm unsubscribing. So I just don't know how useful the method is. Right?
Yeah. Cheryl said she's starting to work with RJ. So Heidi, I will connect you with RJ Redden. I will do that when we're done with the show. I'm happy to do that for you, and you can have a conversation with her and see what that looks like, to have her on your show, hook you up with a bot, whatever you're looking for. But yeah, Cheryl, I'm super excited you're starting to work with RJ. September 1st, that's just like right around the corner. That'll be super cool, hooking her up with that. So yeah, but RJ's show is called The Bot Signal, and it goes Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 p.m. Central, which is 2 p.m. Eastern time. She pretty much follows my show, which is kind of fun. So she's super enjoyable. She's super relatable. She's down to earth. She's funny as funny. Like, oh my gosh. I my face hurts when I'm on the phone with her because she's so daggone funny. And she's got great ideas and great ways to take your business, whatever it is, whether it's filling pews at your church, or whether it's like filling in an event and anywhere in between. She's just got really, really amazing ideas with how to implement a bot into your business, whatever your business is. So yeah, I'm happy to do that for you, Heidi. What are we talking about next? What's next?
Franco?
Yeah, yeah. Let's talk about him. Let's talk about him. So, Franco, this guy, he doesn't know we're talking about him today either. He's like our like he was the first guy ever on my show. Ever. He might be the first guy and the last guy on my show. He was phenomenal. He runs a company called Content Makers, and Franco, his name is Jason, but he goes by Franco, is all about your home studio and making sure that your lighting and your backdrop and your set and your lighting and your mic and the positioning of you is all tight, and how that can be really optimized. And coming from somebody who I know nothing about audio visual, other than I'm on camera 3 to 5 times a week.
Well, Francesca Jago, our filmmaker, she dropped tips in her different interviews with you.
Yeah.
However, Franco is he's got a website called The Content Makers, and I guess that's what his channel is called too.
Yep.
And it's just all about, the very specific stuff. So he'll cover lighting in length, where Francesca was off the cuff and like trying to cover so much data. Yeah, we've got our mic plugged in, the lights facing us, and then we're hit go. So
right.
He's breaking it down and making full, I think it's monthly or bi-monthly videos where he goes live and he talks about, in this case, it was lighting.
Yeah.
And Erin's show, or Erin was on there, right? And he was helping with your lighting.
Yeah. And the thing about Franco is he has, I don't know, he's over 15 years of experience with high level production. So, out of your home studio. And he'll produce and put on like all the audio visual, the overhead screens, the lighting, the mics, the recording of your event. So whatever event that is that you want produced, he does that. But he has this passion project for entrepreneurs and those of us that have home offices, and to really bring forward, hey, you can do this on a bootstring. You don't need to spend $6,000 on a light for your home office. There are ways around it. And, really his passion is to help you set up and walk through. And in a nutshell, I scanned my office walls. This is the way I sit. I can move my desk wherever you tell me to move it. I can, rearrange my space, but this is my space that I have. And please give me your expert opinion on, hey, you said you can help me. What do I need help with? Because I don't know. And I have a selfie light and a mic, and that's it. And so how he is positioning lights on the shelving behind me to backlight me, and how he's wanting to rearrange some things and really twist and move. I'm really excited to see what comes forward from my consult with him on how my room is going to end up looking. And I know I get to paint. That I know I get to paint. So he has a program where he'll do that for you and do that consult and make the suggestions and actually put all the pieces together that he feels that you need, and like he'll ship them right to you. And then, hey, wait, when they come, I'll go through unboxing them and I'll tell you exactly where to put them.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that is pretty amazing.
Yeah. I mean, right. Because it's one thing to, okay, well, I need a light. Now, where do I put it?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, see, like for me, I'm just using a big open, my living room window is my light.
Hmm.
And I decided a while back that my set was terrible. And so I just put up a curtain. And I think I spent $50 rod curtain, all that. But this is my kitchen back there. And I am moving. So obviously, I'm not going to show you anything back there. But yeah, I have a very small space to work within. So I am a little bit crunched in here, but it works for now. And, that's the thing. Like, it's like step by step by step. I used to hold my phone with some big, clothespins and steadied it that way. And I stacked up a lot of different bins to make it my eye level. But now I have a bit of a apparatus. Now I've got a cool tripod and the holder for my phone because I'm moving up in the world. And so I can just drop my phone down and I have that set up. But these are all the different steps because you want to get on video and you want to be able to start producing. So you have to start somewhere. So yeah, this is good. And then you're taking that next step and hiring the set guy, which is so cool. It's like it's a big step forward, right?
Yeah. Right. And here's the thing. All of us are high level entrepreneurs. One that are in the directory, two that are in the group. People that I like to surround myself with challenge me, right? I mean, for me, that's exciting. It's scary. It's exciting. It's scary. It's exciting. But I need that. I need that to continue propelling me forward. I need that to go, I want that. Now, how do I get that? I didn't even know that existed, right? I didn't even know that existed, and poof, now it exists. And how do I get from here to there? And unless I surround myself with people that are high level, doing something that I only aspire to do, there's no way that I'm going to improve, in my opinion.
Yeah, my game since that December 2017, where I was sitting in my back, down to my basement stairwell, trying to avoid children yelling at me while I'm talking to Erin on the phone.
And I'm in the airport.
And we're talking about things, we're just like, wow, like I have this dream. And I was like, wow, dude, I've got that same dream. Like, what, really? And you're awesome. I'm digging our vibe together. And from that point, I was dealing with literally just my computer and didn't even know how to use a cell phone to do video, other than doing the upright, which I'm in right now for this. And it took so many of these really great entrepreneurs to really just start shifting me. And every time I watched one, I shifted. I just went along with them. Like, yeah, of course I want to do that. And then, taking different programs from these great people. Now I can do video like crazy and I love it. But, just like bots, like we hired RJ and I'm just like soaking up every bit of information about bot. And it was quite exciting for me, but mostly it was my connection with RJ and being able to roll off of each other that made that even way better than it would have ever been. So the attitudes that we're coming to our business with matter so much. And especially, when you connect with people that are really amazing and awesome and want to do cool things, oh my God, it makes the experience so much better.
And it's so fun. And like you were talking about the energy of it and the fact that you actually want to do the work, like, because at that point, it's not work, it's fun. And it's,
Yeah.
Like, we've both had a massive summer experience, right? Like, massive in different ways, but it's been, even though for me it's been a step back, it really hasn't been a step back at all.
No.
In fact, it's been massively foot forward, and it's all on purpose. And right, like, the things that have come in and the opportunities that have come in this summer because I created space.
Yeah.
I said no to some things. I said stop to some things. I said, no, thank you. That's not for me. And I said yes to a lot of things this summer. And yeah, hmm yeah, the
Yeah.
space that's created.
Yeah, and I was losing energy like all over the place, and I really just needed to say no, to like cut those cords to things I didn't want to do anymore,
Hmm
um, and reevaluate how I wanted to do them is really what needed to happen in a big way, and also to find, that space where I felt like I was really getting paid to do what I bring forward. So
Yeah.
that was a worth lesson for me. And, it also fell on the heels of me producing the Summer of Love. So even though I don't know if I said it outright, there were so many lessons that were being dropped every week from my collaborators that I was like, wow, yeah, that was a good one for me too. And it was just so well timed. And when, I didn't even really fully know. It's like, when you're in it, you don't really see it. And then, when you step back and you're like, oh, okay.
Wow.
Really, it was just like that. So,
hmm hmm You want to talk about another lady that we both like adore?
mhm.
Hmm You want to talk about this lady?
Yes, Jane. Oh, it's like you can't see her awesome little face. She's this like she's small. She looks small to me, but she's just so full of energy. Oh my God.
She is a little spitfire. Did you know
Yeah.
that she played what was it? Hang on, I'm going to get it wrong. She played she's a basketball girl. Even though she's like little itty bitty, she played some kind of collegiate, high level collegiate ball.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, because she's got energy.
because she's energy, she's fast, she's she can find the holes, and she can hit the hoop. Yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious. And you're heading, oh yeah, you're doing this September 6th, 7th, 8th. You're
hmm
going for a conference. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
So this is something that I'm pretty passionate about. Jane trains high level people in sales and speaking. So she really defines your message. So she kicks it off with your elevator pitch. That's boring. Everybody hates it. You spend hours figuring it out and refining it, and you never change it once you think you got it. And she said the elevator pitch is like so yesterday, and it's so boring that she has taken it and tweaked it, and she calls her elevator pitch an intromercial. And your 1 minute elevator pitch is consolidated down into 17.5 seconds. Poof, just like that. Reason being, nobody has a 1 minute attention span anymore.
Yeah.
And if you don't grab your people right off the bat with who you are and what you do and why they need you and why you're the expert and they absolutely need what you have. And if you can't do that in 17 and a half seconds, you've lost your people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's really interesting to go through her, like right now, we're on the home stretch coming into this event, and it is September 6th, 7th, and 8th. But from the time you opt into going to her event, she sets you up on the road to impact. So this is called Impact, and it's a superhero thing, and we're all amazing. But the road to impact it's a daily training on setting us up so that we're prepared with stuff already done by the time we get to the event, which is really, really, really amazing. And she she helps you refine your speech. So whatever your speech is, so whether you're in insurance and you deliver a speech for insurance, who wants to listen to that, right?
Yeah.
But if it was entertaining and if it got the point across and you learned something right off the bat about insurance, you would probably listen to it. Or whether you're in real estate or whether you're in, right? Like it doesn't matter what your demographic is and what your lane of people that you service is. She helps you with your intromercial and the delivery of your speech. And that's what we're going to work on. That's what I'm working on while I'm out there. So that's pretty
Well,
cool.
yeah, well, and it is. It's probably going to be changing like everything that you bring to the mic, to your posting, to how you're speaking with your audience.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going because I've decided not to go anywhere because I am recalibrating my own personal energy. And the thought of really to dive into this is so massive to me that it kind of scares the shit out of me. Oops, did I just throw?
You
Yeah,
did,
I did.
but it's okay.
But I am. It's a little bit out of fear that I'm just like, oh my gosh, I may not be ready for this, but I know that I probably am. But I'd like to see you go through this whole thing, this whole journey, and what you come out with, because you are moving into doing more speaking gigs. Isn't that correct? Yeah,
Yes.
that just means I know, and it's just like scary, right?
It's
Because these are
super
new
scary.
too.
Yeah, and it's so different. I mean, I've spoken in front of people my entire career. That's not new. I think the biggest crowd was about 2,500 people that I spoke in front of. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. And I enjoy doing it, but my world has changed, and what I do and how I do it and who I service is not the same anymore. And so that's the scary part, is bringing that into my now. Like, what do I do now? And how do I portray that and present that? How do I present? So I'm really super excited to work with her, to hone that in, to figure that out. And one of the other things that's rolling, like, I've had a lot of speaking opportunities that have come into the space this summer because I created it, and some I can't talk about, but are super excited because they're not contracted yet. But it's just really fun, the opportunities that have come in. And I think one of the biggest, back to speaking, I spoke at a really large event this summer, and I think there were 700 people there this summer. So that was probably the biggest event this summer that I spoke at, and that was super fun. But again, it's the crowd, it's the message, it's how it's delivered, it's my confidence in that, it's being able to memorize your speech and be able to take questions and get right back on the track and all of that. It's like, how do you do that? Yeah.
Yeah, that's intense. I've tried to memorize scripts just for even films that I make, and I can make myself a rough outline. But I can't memorize it. So I know what I'm going to say. I just go off the cuff and just say what I know is written down. That's for me. I'm just that memorization of a script is so difficult.
Cheryl says, you're ready, Jen. However, it's good to honor you and how you feel. When you do take the leap, it'll be inspired action.
Yeah.
That's our Cheryl. She's awesome. I love her. I love her. I know. Do you want to talk about, we got a couple minutes left here this morning. My coffee's getting cold. I'm like talking too much, because if my coffee's cold, then that means I haven't drank it.
What do you want to talk about?
Do you want to talk about next week?
Yes. So next Monday morning show, we're going to have RJ Redden and, oh my goodness, Essie Oprah.
Yeah, Essie Oprah.
What's her last name?
Boltzma.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Sorry, and I actually don't know Kim yet, but I'm so inspired. She listens to the Monday morning show, and she's always dropping comments, and she's known as SC Oprah.
I know. We have.
So I'm sitting around last week, and I was pretty inspired last week, and I was like, sent a message to Erin. I was like, I want to geek out with RJ and Kim. Can you set that up? Yeah, that would be fun.
So RJ Redden with the bot signal, who, if Heidi's still on here, that's who I'm going to connect you with for bots, and Kim Boltzma, who she runs the Coffee Break, and A Cup of Content is her other show that she runs, and her program. They together once a week do a show that's called Nerdy Girls Geek Out. And yeah, you need to be on that. We'll drop the links in here. I know. It's Nerdy Girls. It's Nerdy Girls Geek Out, and it's all about. They talk a lot about platforms and things that work for them, and they discover new things all the time, and they review them and talk about them and why they work, and maybe how you could plug them into your current business. And it is hands down so much information. It's 30 minutes long, just like normal shows. They run 30 minutes, and holy cow, every single week I come out with a list of things that I want to go check out. I want to try. I want to figure out if I can implement them into my current business model, and whether or not that's going to work for me. And we're super excited that both of these ladies are going to be on the show with us next week, and you will not want to miss it. I can guarantee you that. It's going to be great fun, and with the four of us, and I might just like send myself to the background and let produce the show and let you guys hang out and do it. But yeah, they're both wickedly. Kim used to be an educator. She was in education for a long time. She's been on the Erin Strayer show before, and she realized that she had a niche that people kept asking her information about. And I'm not quite sure how long ago that she broke out on her own, but now she works a lot with Facebook ads. She works a ton with SEO. She works a ton with Instagram and Pinterest and content, and how to. In fact, I got some things rolling with her for my guests on the Erin Strayer show, and how to maximize your content after the show. Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, so that's really, really cool. And we're combining her with RJ Redden with the bot signal, and bringing them in and talking about, how the two of them work together, because they both run bots and they both do content and they both do what we do, but in a whole different way. And we're just really excited to bring them on and talk to them. And it's going to be super, super fun and high energy. And we're going to be laughing. Better have 2 cups of coffee.
Oh, that sounds like so much fun. I love geeking out. I love women in tech, and it's just so much fun to have one of those conversations that gets. I don't know. You get to go somewhere in your brain that and learn something really fantastic in a really juicy way. So that, I don't know, I find I remember things so much better when there's a lot of high energy and good vibes going around. So
it will be all of that.
Yeah. And then, yes, let's just say for September long, we're going to skip the Monday morning show, just for everybody to know that. I'll put out another post as well. But yeah, we're going to take our Erin's out. So.
Yep. I mean, you can run it if you want to.
And you know what? Maybe I will, but that is moving weekend for me, so I may not have Wi-Fi. So I am just going to say no. Yeah. That's interesting.
So we will have one more show, and then we're going to take a week off for Labor Day here in the States. Everybody will be on vacation, and you are moving, and then we'll be back hitting it. Is that right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So that's how that's going to roll. And good morning, Catherine. It's good to see you. Catherine just hopping in. But so I think that's it. Again, you want to just recap? So you want to talk about the directory one more time? We'll drop the links in here when we're done.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the directory, if you're not in the directory currently and you are interested in coming in and creating a listing, this is what you'll get. You'll get a full page listing, and that has an image slider. And I believe we capped out the images at 4 images. And that would, it's a nice slider. And if your images are cut properly, then it looks really, really high end. So, of course, all the dimensions and stuff are inside of the sign up sheet. You get, all of your social linking, an about me section, and then you'll have a full content section that has a text editor in it. So you can, just like any back end of a website, you can go ahead and do it up like you normally would in a WordPress website. Then you also have the option of putting in some testimonials, your hours of availability. You can put in up to 3 videos if you come in at the year membership. And there's I don't know, there's other things that you can add into that. There's business titles that you can go ahead and change that to see if it works for you, if it doesn't. And that is part of the SEO when you're putting in your business titles. So it's always good to say who you are and what you do. Then what we do is we take our featured illustrious, we create a feature for each illustrious member. And we invite you onto the Monday morning show to sit with us and have full conversation about what you do and, what's your impact doing what you do. And then we push that out through our social channels. And, of course, it gets its own blog post. And, we make sure that sees its way into our group and into others as well.
Yeah. And it's really, it's quite an amazing platform that you've created. You created this platform, and it's absolutely stunning how it's laid out, you guys. And I highly recommend that you go check it out. The link to actually the directory is on the screen right now. You're welcome to grab that, but it's theillustriousones.com/directory. Will get you right to the directory itself. There is a, why choose us page on there as well. But if you want to see who's in there, it's stunning. It's just absolutely beautiful. And I love what you've created and the energy that's actually in the graphics even, and the layers of it and the depth of it. And, it's really, in my opinion, it's really honoring the amazingness of the people that are in the directory, and it's beautiful. I'm so proud to be a part of it. I'm so proud.
On the website, you can actually see right on our homepage, if you just go to theillustrious.com, you'll see the feature for the week for the different illustrious member, and then you'll also see some of Erin Stroyer's top shows that she's loving to promote. And inside that, there's a lot of information. We also have a page for Francesca Jago, so you can learn more about producing your own smartphone video. And she has just, I think she just opened up her smartphone video for entrepreneurs course.
Mm-hmm.
And I took that, and it was so good. Right on her page that I've created, you can go ahead and sign up for that if you are interested. So we're always making sure that we're bringing the resources that you would need as an entrepreneur, the people that you'd want to connect with as well. And they're all just right there, ready for you to, interact with.
Yeah. And it's beautiful. And you guys, quite honestly, we know the people that are in the directory. We know what kind of information that they push forward. We know how they deal with their clients. We know how they deliver their information. I mean, we know them, and which makes it at this point in time, really a lovely and easy way to promote them, to refer them to, hey, go check out who's in the directory. We know all those people. If you need an attorney, guess what? There's one in there for LLCs and nonprofits, and we adore her. Right? We know how she works. We've referred to her to our clients. You need somebody in real estate that helps you with real estate and coaching. Guess what? There's somebody in there for that too. And we know how they work, and we know how they deliver, and we know how they deal with their clients. You know what I mean? You need a web designer. Guess what? Jen Weatherly's in there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
You need PR people? Guess what? They're in there too. And what else is in there? Like Veronica, she is a book publisher, right?
Yep.
She's all
Yeah, we've got
about getting your book published. And
yeah, and then we've got like Lauren Kidd, who is all about content creation.
mhm.
We've got copywriters, Mackenzie Clutch. We've got oh goodness gracious, and Angela Andrews, who is like an Evernote organizationalist.
Yeah, Sophia Pacifico, like project management,
Yeah. Yes.
right?
She's got a lot of, yeah, there's a lot, she's doing a lot of different programs too. And she said it's like going into the candy store, you get to pick what you want. So, that I just, and there's more, there's more. And,
There's so much
it's
more.
not coming to mind right now, but that's okay because it's stocked. So there's lots of different ways to find them too. So you can just click on what it is you like. It's categorized properly. So only the people you want showing up will show up. So,
Which is beautiful. Which is beautiful. Yeah, awesome. You guys, just a reminder: if you want reminders for when the Monday morning show goes live, just type "live" in the comments below. We'll make sure that we loop around and give you what you asked for and give you those reminders when we go live. Um, and if you wanna be on the show, go ahead and hop in the directory. We'll make sure we get you on the show. We'd love to highlight you. Mm-hmm.
yeah, absolutely.
You want to close the show out, lady? Because we're at our time.
Sorry?
You want to close the show out because we're at our time?
Oh, yes, we are at our time. Oh, yeah, look at that.
I know. Oh, look at that.
Okay, everyone, it was so nice to see everyone here. And I love connecting with all of you. So we'll see you next Monday for a really good Geek Out sesh. And I don't want you to miss it.
Yeah. So join us next Monday, you guys, right back here on the Monday morning show, 9 a.m. Eastern time. Jen and I will see you then. Take care.
Bye.